Are you ready? Something new is coming. I'm so glad to bring the weekly energy weather report to you. I am making sure that I am live across the board. So we'll just take a moment and make sure that that all works. I'm going to hit refresh on the screen over here. But in the meantime, go ahead and place your hand on your heart and let's tune in and ask what's the most important thing that you need to know in the week coming up. All right. And up comes Knight of Pentacles. Now, the thing that I love about the Knight of Pentacles is it's very much about what you sow today, you'll reap tomorrow, or you'll reap in the future. And what I want to say, this is always so interesting how this works, and we're just going to go with this. What I want to say is the energy that you pour into all of the details, all of the work that you're doing, it will pay off. You're playing the long game. So as you look at this week ahead, pay attention to the details. Know that you may not see rewards or outcomes for all of your efforts that you're working on today and tomorrow, but it's coming. It's going to pay off in the future. Think about it like a savings account that gains interest. Focus on those things this week that will have a long-lasting effect for you. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to jump in and talk about the week ahead. So I am going to, for a moment, come over here and we're going to see, all right, yay. Oh, good. I think it worked. Fantastic. So for those of you who are hopping on now, I just pulled a card for the week ahead, and it was the Knight of Pentacles. And you can go back and take a look at that, or just as a quick little recap, in case the video didn't capture that in some of the platforms where I'm streaming, I want to let you know that this is a week of the work and the energy that you are pouring into things now will pay off in the future. So focus on the things that may not show rewards or reap benefits tomorrow, but you're playing the long game. You know that by changing certain habits, like creating healthier habits with your food, with your workout routine, with your job, you may not get the promotion tomorrow. You may not lose the 10 pounds tomorrow, but over time, all those little habits, all of those actions will build and you will see the reward. You'll see the benefit. Okay. Let's jump into this week. This is a fun week ahead. We have a full moon in Capricorn at the end of the week on Sunday. And we've had two full moons in Capricorn, one that was at the end of June and one here kind of halfway through July. And some people call that a blue moon. It all depends. There's a couple different definitions out there floating around for what exactly a blue moon is. The typical one that most people refer to is that a blue moon is when you have two full moons in a month. And it's a relatively rare thing to get two full moons in a month or 13 full moons in a year. But it happens every couple of years. So what happens? Why do we want to pay attention to this particular full moon? Well, this full moon in Capricorn is re-emphasizing the structure, the routines that you've built. Capricorn is really about business. It's about being a visionary. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to take yourself? You may have planted a seed at the new moon 2 weeks ago. You may have been releasing things a month ago at the last full moon in Capricorn so that you could build something. But this week, there is a sense of things are getting shaken up a little bit in order to be released so that you can welcome the new in. And full moons are about releasing. Today, for those who are watching with me live, Monday, July 15th, there's another big, beautiful dance in the heavens above that many astrologers are talking about, which is the Mars-Uranus conjunction, where you have these two planets of Mars, ambition, drive, I'm going to say passion, because that's the higher frequency of it. If it presents as a lower frequency, it can be irritation, frustration, anger. Uranus, it's working with the planet of Uranus, which is unexpected surprises, eurekas, innovation, creativeness, finding where you belong. But at a lower frequency, it's chaos, it's breakdowns for breakthroughs, it's unexpected. So it can take us by surprise. And sometimes when we're caught by surprise, it's not always pleasant. So when these two planets come together, they're amplifying their energies. And you might find that there are outbursts of anger, that people might just kind of emotionally be letting go and not checking themselves, I want to invite you that as you go through this week, in the Moon Club, we talk about doing our moon, and we have a full moon ceremony for Moon Club members. So if you're a Moon Club member, keep your eyes open for that. It's coming, all the details, but that'll be at the end of this week. And if you're not a Moon Club member, then hey, come and play. It's irenamiller.co/club. But in the meantime, as we're working towards this full moon, this building up of emotions, you might have unexpected surprises. You might have things pop up in your life where you have new information and you say, well, this changes things. And as this new information comes into your life, what I want to invite you to do, rather than cling and hold on to it so very tightly, think about it like a dandelion and just making the wishes and realizing that in order to welcome in something that's so beautiful, the universe, source, God has your highest and best interest in mind. And sometimes we don't realize how good it could be, and we keep clinging to the old ways and we keep holding on so tightly. This week you're being encouraged, when those eureka moments come, when those unexpected surprises come, think about opening your hands and like a dandelion, breathing it away so that the new opportunities that are coming around the bend, you'll be able to see them. You'll have space to welcome and receive them. And you'll be in a spot where you've been prepared. You know that you should be on the lookout for these opportunities. So Kim, volume's very low. Holy cannoli. Thanks for letting me know. And hi, Tammy. Oh, you are a Moon Club member. I'm so glad you're here. And Donna, I'm so glad it resonates with you. Oh, you started on an intermittent fasting lifestyle. Excellent. Let me know how that goes. And I'm glad you made it. Please let me know, the rest of you too, as you pop on, how the sound and volume is for you. I'm going to see if I can change my sound settings as I'm here. But I think, let's see. Yeah, it looks like my mic is working, but if you can't hear me, let's see, I'll reduce background noise. That's a new feature. Love it. Okay, so let's dive into the phase of the moon. This is the next thing I love to look at. So when I'm using my moon journal, if you don't have a moon journal, irenamiller.co/journal. I've created this because it's so beneficial to track what's the moon doing and how is it affecting you. I can tell you all the overarching ways the moon affects you. And you might notice, yeah, you know what? I did feel a little upset, a little extra emotional. But then when you collect the data yourself, you can find the key specifics and start to pinpoint the patterns in your life. What I love to do first, and at the very beginning of the book, is just ask, okay, what's the phase of the moon doing this week? Why? Because the phase of the moon gives you an insight into the general overarching energy of the week. Is it a week where you might have more energy? Is it a week where you might be more fatigued? Is it a week where you might feel like, I just don't feel like doing anything, or you have this insatiable need to keep going. So one of my Moon Club members, with the moon being in Libra on Saturday, I say, the moon is here. You might feel this. And she said, is that why I'm cleaning my house? Beautifying my surroundings. Sometimes just knowing what the moon is doing helps us understand ourselves better. And it helps you start to tune into your intuition and develop it even more. So the phase of the moon this week, the general energy of the moon is building towards full, which means energy is going to be a little bit brighter. It's going to be a little bit bigger. You might find it harder to sleep this week. So this is a week where you might want to incorporate practices and routines that help aid your sleep. Like in the yoga world, we'd always do legs up the wall. Have you guys ever done that when you can't sleep? Maybe your mind is racing. You simply, either in your bed or you slide out of bed, you just place your legs up against the headboard or up against the wall. And what that does is it calms and soothes the mind. Breathing techniques are going to be very helpful this week as well, and I'll share that. So moon is building an energy. Keep going. You might feel like giving up if you hit a struggle or you hit a snag. Keep going. Just keep going. This is the week that you're in the home stretch when you're working towards a full moon. Make any adjustments, any shifts that you need to in order to reach your goal that you planted during the new moon or that you set. or whatever goal you're working on. So again, like if it's a health routine, then it's important to say, okay, am I on track? Are the things that I'm doing giving me the outcome that I'm hoping for? I'm thinking about one gal that I studied with, a fitness coach. She would say, take pictures of yourself. Don't weigh yourself, take pictures. And it's through the pictures that you take every other week or whatever the frequency was, you can start to see, are my actions actually helping me, or do I need to change something, right? It's the same thing with the moon journal. We track the data. We keep track of it. So we know, do I need to make an adjustment? Do I need to work more? Or am I working too hard? And that's the general energy of this week. Make the adjustments, pay attention to the data. Okay. So then when we dive into the week, we're going to look at each day. I love to set an intention for the week, the top 3 things I'm working on, crystal I'm working with, the sacred practice or ritual that can help ingrain these, really create emotional coping skills, especially during a week where things have been in such turmoil. People are really feeling a heaviness. They're feeling a sadness. They feel like the world is ending. There's a lot of intensity right now. So having the techniques and the skills to help you can make all the difference, because this too shall pass. We're going to get through to the other side. And that's the beauty of having community like this. And I'm so thankful for your presence here and for doing this work. I love also to take into consideration, hello, Karen, so great. And Tammy, thank you for letting me know volume's good for you, and Donna too. Okay, fantastic. So nourishing. How am I going to feed my spirit? This is different than self-care. It's soul care. How are you going to recharge your batteries and recharge your energy so that you feel vibrant and ready to tackle whatever comes your way? The rituals will help with that, but also something just that soothes your spirit and fills you up. And for me, the intention this week is really going to be about taking time in the pause. I've been traveling a lot. There's been a lot going on in my business, a lot with friends and clients, and I was getting very, very tired. And I'm intentionally weaving in places and moments to pause, even if it's for 90 seconds. And I encourage all of you to play with that too, because with the intensity of the week that we have working towards that full moon, it's like the end of the fireworks, when it starts to go boom, 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 and we build up to it. You can kind of tell when the finale is coming in the fireworks, especially if there's music associated or connected with it. That's how many times a full moon can feel. And with the Mars-Uranus conjunction, with some of the other things that are happening this week, Mercury is going to go retrograde on August 4th. We're getting ready to start to feel the shadow of that a little bit. There's a lot of intensity in the heavens. So give yourself the techniques that are going to help you. And breathing exercises are fabulous for that. So I know that one of my sacred rituals this week is going to be breath work, and I'm going to pay attention to the pause. And one way you can do this, simple meditation practice. You just exhale completely all of the breath in the lungs, and then inhale to a count of 4. Then just pause for a breath, 1 count, and then exhale to a count of 4. And pause for 1 count. And you just go back and forth like that, inhaling and exhaling to a count of 4 with a tiny little pause of 1 count or 1 breath. The beauty of that is there's a beautiful meditation practice that I learned from a long time ago, Sally Kempton. She taught the gateway into connecting with spirit is through the gap. It's through the pause. So by just being aware of that tiny little pause, you're not trying to lengthen it or accentuate it, just 1 count. And then on the exhale, what you're doing is you're opening up a threshold to make a stronger connection to your intuition and to source and to hear the guidance. Because when it feels like the sky is falling and things are crumbling all around you, it's easy to get caught up in collective mindset or mob mentality. And oh my goodness. Doing that breath practice enables you to unplug, to start to realize how much is your emotion versus other people's. A lot of unplugging this week, because if we stay plugged into the collective mindset, what'll happen is we'll stop thinking for ourselves, and being able to think for yourself is very important right now, because when we get caught up in other people's energies and emotions and thoughts, we lose ourselves and we end up in places that we question later on and often regret. Okay. Good morning, Bev. So glad you made it. Okay. Crystal this week that I'm working with, aventurine. And in the journal, for those of you who have it, I have all that information at the front of the month about the crystal you can use, the aventurine, an affirmation for the month, the theme for the month. We are working with the beautiful sacred geometric shape, the flower of Venus. And that's very, very soothing. Even if you just bring that symbol up, it represents beauty and it represents harmony. All right, let's dive into each day this week. Monday. So Monday, moon starts off in Scorpio. I'm going to make sure that I have this all set up so I don't. Good morning, Diane. So glad you made it. And Julie, too. Good morning, Renee. Yes, you have the journal. Woohoo! I love it. So Monday, the moon is in Scorpio. We also have that Mars-Uranus conjunction. Let's go ahead and start just with a card. What's most important that you need to know about Monday's energy? Oh, that's a lot coming out. 6 of Cups. Something from the past coming back. It is a time of reunions. It is a time where people are coming back into our lives. I want to invite you to look to the past to reinforce and remind yourself where you are going in the future. Don't let yourself get stuck in the past. Don't hang out there. Don't let it hold you back, but allow yourself to recognize that what you are building towards, the past has informed your journey. The past has brought you to this moment. But in the breath, in the pause, take a moment to just simply reflect on where you wish to go. What is it in the past that you might be able to release that will open you up for the opportunities that are coming this week? And because with the moon in Scorpio is such a deep, intense feeling, the moon in Scorpio has that ability to go into the areas that most often we want to avoid, the harder places to look at, the places that we go, let me distract myself. Let me have that cookie. Let me go shopping. Let me, I've got this errand to run. It's intense, but we can do the deep, intense work today and tomorrow with the moon in Scorpio. And I encourage you, take a moment to do that deep breathing exercise and the things that you've been putting off, especially if it is something from the past. Even if it's from the past month ago, I can think of a bunch of stuff I've been putting off. You have the fortitude and the strength today to tackle those tasks so that they don't continue to wear on you and create stress and bother you. I'm glad you're here, Donna. Wonderful. Fantastic. Okay, Tuesday. So as we move into Tuesday's energy, moon is still in Scorpio. And I want to make sure, hold on 1 second. Where am I? Well, not what I want. Hold on. I want to make sure I have the right moons up for you here. Because this morning, we had a great tarot party last night. If you weren't at the tarot party, the replay is up, both in the Facebook group and it's here on my YouTube channel. So you'll have a chance to kind of catch up and see the reading for the group too. And there's always information to be picked up on from everyone else's reading. But I didn't get a chance to write down in my own journal this morning where the moon's going to hang out. So I've got my little notes on my computer. All right, so moon in Scorpio on Tuesday. Let's go ahead and pull a card for that. Placing your hand on your heart, what's the most important thing that you need to know about Tuesday's moon? Okay, so this is when the shift happens. This is when the energy presents itself. We're no longer in the dark. We know what's going on. We know what's happening. The beauty of this is that we're not stuck in the imagination and the worry. And we're not also stuck in a place of having the wool or the rug pulled over our eyes. When we have all of the information, we're able to make educated decisions. It's not always pleasant because it's nice sometimes, the more that you do these spiritual practices and you develop your intuitive abilities, there comes a point in every empath journey where it's like, I just, what if I just blocked everything all again and I just didn't know? all right, that might be okay for 30 seconds, but in the long run, we're better off knowing. So what do we do with this information? Well, this information, how it's going to support you is it's going to inspire you. It's going to create a wave of inspiration. It'll motivate. It's going to give you a focus. It's going to give you a drive, and it's going to help get you to the next place. Because here's the thing, when we get stuck in, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, a sense of complacency, then it becomes challenging to move forward and to make the change. So whatever happens on Tuesday, there is this shifting that it enables you to tap into your innate strength and make the change that you may have otherwise not made, that you may not have done. It may not be comfortable at first, but in the long run, it's going to be better for you. It's always interesting how that happens. I've had clients before where they've been in jobs and they're like, I should find a new one. It's not great. I don't like the boss, or the work. I feel like I've outgrown it. There's nowhere for me to grow, but it's okay. It pays a good salary. It's safe. And then next thing they know, they get the pink slip, they lose the job and they're like, oh no, what do I do now? And the universe was saying, hey, I've been sending you the signs to move on. But sometimes we don't because we're comfortable. We're like, it's okay enough. It's good enough. But the universe says there's so many things out there that are so much bigger and better for you. I'm just going to give you a little kick out of the nest. That's not fun, but we do fly and things do work out. Oh, and I'm glad the Tarot Party was fantastic, Donna. Yay! It was a lot of fun. Okay, Wednesday's energy. Wednesday, the moon has moved into Sagittarius. So placing your hand on your heart, we're going to just ask what's the most important thing you need to know about the Sagittarius moon. You don't have to defend your beliefs and your reasoning why. Moon in Sagittarius is about beliefs. It's about playfulness in the sense of adventure, traveling, exploration. The Sagittarians are seekers of truth. And when you have that revelation on Tuesday, you might have a certain truth revealed to you that other people don't see yet. And they might question you like, well, why are you leaving a perfectly good job? Or why are you changing your eating habits? Or why are you no longer hanging out with those people? And whatever news or information has been revealed to you on Tuesday from doing the deep emotional work on Monday and Tuesday and taking a moment to look at those feelings and breathe through those feelings, you're going to have a new understanding. And through that new understanding and revelation, your decisions and choices may not make sense to other people, and they might kind of poke at you. So these wands are poking at her, but she's solid in her core and her solar plexus and her gut knowing, confident of like, I know what I'm doing, and I don't have to explain to you why it is that I've chosen this route. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. And Diane, you said this is so spot on. So we got the house. Yay! Congratulations on getting the house. Now weeding through more than 20 years of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So it's that Monday energy with the 6 of Cups, looking through things, the memories, the past, the letting go. It's a good time to do that. Congratulations on your new home. All right. So we've done Wednesday's energy, going to go into Thursday's energy. Moon still in Sagittarius. What's most important that you know? Oh, 7 of Wands came up again. All right. So I'm going to pull 2. So 7 of Wands, you're still in this energy. You're still holding your space. I love the bubble around her. When I do the grounding practice, if you don't have the root flesh fill, let me know. I'll put a link in the comments so that you can grab it. It's a free meditation that I share with everyone, what I bring all of my Mastering Intuition students through. But the golden bubble of light, when you place that around you, you're placing yourself in a protective, neutral energy. So I'm going to encourage you, if you felt like people just keep poking at you, even on Thursday, why do you believe this? Why are you taking these actions? Why are you changing? You're going to ground. You're going to flush anything out of your space that doesn't belong and fill yourself up with golden light. So like you're in a golden bubble. Why gold? Because it neutralizes your energy. And when you're in a neutral place, people can throw things at you, but there's nothing they can bounce off or push against. So it takes the fun out of it for them, and they just stop pushing as much. For example, I'm thinking of a story, but anyway, long story short, Imagine that you were in a conflict with someone, and think about it like when you were in childhood. If you got all upset with someone picking on you and you're like, no, I'm not, you are, you know what you are, blah, 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 and you're fighting back. But think about those moments where you learn to just kind of walk away or be silent or not respond, how angry the other person got. But eventually they realized they couldn't get to you, so they went away. Some different takes on that, but just know that if they don't have something to push against, it's harder for them to continue their tirade. You're not feeding their energy is essentially what it comes down to. The other, I'm glad you love the root flush fill, Donna Marie. Other thing about Thursday is the Queen of Pentacles. She is very self-assured and confident. She's done her due diligence. She's done her work. She's looked at the details, the overarching energy of the week, Knight of Pentacles. We're laying the groundwork for future growth. We're paying attention to the big vision, knowing that the work we do today will pay off in spades much later on down the road. And she, the Queen of Pentacles, is experiencing this. She's experiencing the payoff. She is confident and self-assured in her understanding of, I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going, and I can even have my eyes closed here and be completely at peace. I don't need to be on alert. I don't need to be up in arms. I'm confident in who I am. So that golden bubble of light around you will really help neutralize the energy. And Donna, you said you never realized that the significance of the gold bubble rather than white. Yes, great point. So why do I use gold versus white? These are some of the things that I really go into deeply in my Mastering Intuition program, because energy work changes and evolves over time. What we did in the 80s, the 90s, what we did in the early 20th century, and even before that, it's continuing to change. For those who are aware and astute, why is it changing? Well, we're evolving as spiritual beings having a human experience. Even just the technology we have access to versus what it was 20, 40, 100 years ago. It's changing who we are. So the techniques that we used decades ago, we either learn aren't as effective now, or there's a more refined way to do it. So that's why I'm continuously learning, continuously studying, joining courses, initiating, certifying, because we are evolving. We're not staying stagnant as spiritual beings having this human experience. And what I've learned over my years doing this work is that white light has been used often and can still very much be used. But white light is a very harsh energy, and not everyone is up for running it physically through their bodies. And gold is much more neutralizing. It's an easier energy to run through the body. That's what I know so far. That's what I've been working with. But I also know that that's evolving. I'm also bringing in a little bit of pink with that. So it's like a rose gold, and at times even violet for more peace. So this is an evolving practice, most definitely. You love to learn too. I know you do. And you know so much about the angels. It's so fantastic. Okay. So moving on to Friday's energy. So Friday, moon moves into Capricorn. So placing your hand on your heart, what's the most important thing you need to know about Friday's energy? The decision's been made. So beginning of the week, we have that reflection on the past, going through memories. We have information that's revealed to us, some kind of shakeup. But the shakeup is going to give you power. It's going to give you inspiration. It's going to give you the drive to make the changes that before you might have been too complacent to make. And at the end of the week, after you know, I don't have to defend my choices or my reasoning or my beliefs to anybody. You've made the decision. Oh, I've got chills. You know where you're going. It's not a matter of, do I go left or right? The choice has been made. The opportunity is coming in. So Friday is be on the lookout for the opportunity. Watch for your wave. The wave of opportunity is coming in. Are you going to be ready? Are you going to be alert? Will you get distracted? Will you rush into it too early because you're afraid to miss something? Or will you have the patience to know, this is just the right wave for me? So look for that opportunity on Friday. Capricorn moon. So Capricorn moon is going to have you very pragmatic, very down to earth, very grounded. and ready. The thing I love about a Capricorn moon, especially for someone like myself who is, definitely intuitive, I live by miracles. Capricorn moon is basically says, all right, it's all well and good to dream. It's all great to have, expectation of miracles, but you got to get a little realistic and practical here, Irina. What's the plan? Let me see the plan. Write it down. And what are the steps you're going to take to achieve that plan? Don't just go humming, it's going to work. There's a little bit of that, but there's also, like roll up the sleeves, and let's start working. Moon in Capricorn. It's the opposite of my moon. I have a moon in Cancer, so I always giggle because I have to learn that Capricorn side, most definitely. So the moon on Saturday, still in Capricorn. Saturday, what's most important that you need to know? Eight of Wands. Good news coming in. I love it. So here's the thing, kind of going back to the beginning of this week, what might appear topsy-turvy, you're like, oh no, this is the worst. I can't believe it. We have this shocking news, this revelation that might throw us. And it doesn't have to be that big or that shocking either. I'm giggling because it might be something as simple as like, I thought this toenail polish was going to be a different color. Or I had a girlfriend, she got very worried when the Tower card came up because she was getting ready to throw a party. And she's like, what should I expect? What's going to happen? What will the outcome potentially be like? And she got the Tower card. She's like, oh no. She's like, her head went into the dark spaces about it. And the thing that happened was an unexpected rainstorm popped up. But she had already been prepared. She had tents for her deck. She had plenty of room in her house, even though it was a barbecue. Storms passed. Everything was okay. And they were able to go back out. So it wasn't the end of the world. It was an inconvenience. So don't think that whatever information is revealed is going to just, totally floor you. But it might catch you a little bit by surprise. But now you know, okay, if something does kind of shake my world, if information's revealed, it's going to work out. Things and opportunities are coming my way, and good news is coming in. So look for the good news on Saturday. You've been watching for the opportunity on Friday. Good news coming in on Saturday. Again, it's a Capricorn moon. It's practical. It's that idea of, when it comes to manifesting, and I go, I roll my eyes a little bit because I feel like that poor word has been abused. And I really love more the idea of co-creating, because manifesting isn't just about wishing for something and just sitting there and waiting for it to happen. It is a co-creation. You're doing a dance with the divine. You're doing a dance with God. You say, oh, dear God, I would love, love, love to be able to experience this or create this. And then we pause and we listen. We could do whatever sacred practices or rituals we want to support that dream and kind of lift it up to God's ears. But it could be as simple as just asking. And then as we pause, we listen. And that's not just where we go humming, fall in my lap, but we get a little spark of inspiration. Call so-and-so, apply for this job, ask for the promotion, release this, step away from that. Oh, I get goosebumps. Then it's up to us to take action on the guidance. We take action on the guidance and we ask, okay, what next, God? And the next breadcrumb comes. It's a step-by-step process. It is effort and surrender. It's a dance of grace. And that's what I really feel Saturday's Capricorn moon is encouraging us to do with this good news coming in. In order to see that good news, we have to be willing to kind of sit with the heavy emotions and feelings on Monday and Tuesday and have that revelation where maybe things get like the rug gets pulled out a little bit. We have to be willing to be patient and to know that the choices and decisions we make, we don't have to explain them to anyone. We have to be on the lookout for the opportunity coming our way. If we're distracting ourselves because we want to numb the feelings and we don't deal with the feelings at the beginning of the week, what's going to happen is you might miss that opportunity that's coming on Friday. And when that opportunity comes, if you take action, you jump the wave, that good news is coming in on Saturday. So many. I'm excited for this week. And then Sunday. So, I got cards that jumped out. Just taking a look at the cards that jumped out. Okay, side note, when cards jump out, it's always good to pay attention. So fairy godmother card, make a wish this week, make a wish with the full moon. How good can you dream it and stand it? And then new opportunities, new jobs, new projects coming your way. And that tough period where it's like, oh my gosh, it's been so hard. I had someone message me and it's like, when is it going to get easier? It's coming. It really is. You know, life is that cycle of waves where it's so hard, and then it's fun, and it's like, oh, it's a breeze. And developing the skills and the spiritual practices to help you through the ups and downs enables you to ride these waves with more ease and more grace. Okay. And Donna, you said you like the sound of this week. Your wave of opportunities are your grandchildren finally visiting later this week. Oh, good. Oh, of your son who's in the hospital. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so glad you'll be able to be with them and that you're going to be able to have that cuddle time. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh, fantastic. Okay, the cool thing about Sunday is that the full moon for the Eastern Standard Time, folks, is in the wee hours of the morning, about 6:15, 6:16 a.m. And not long after the moon is full, it moves into Aquarius. So when the moon moves into Aquarius, you'll notice a slight shift of energy. I'm going to encourage you, if you have a full moon practice you do it Saturday night. And for my Moon Club members, we'll have a full moon ceremony on Friday where we'll get together and play. And for those watching this live with me now, Thursday, I have a special course that I'm going to be sharing with all of you to help you develop your intuition. So keep your eyes open. If you're not on my email list, be on my email list for that. But do a full moon ritual Saturday night, or you could even do it Friday leading up to the full moon. That's the most potent time for full moon energy. And I'm going to encourage you to take a moment to release, to let go. And because it's a full moon in Capricorn, doing something that's earth-based, like going for a walk in the woods, can be very healing and very helpful. And I'll give you some ideas and tips. But first, let's go ahead and just pull a card for everyone for full moon on Sunday. What's most important thing you need to know? Chariot. Look how the week ends. Oh my gosh. Success, victory. Even though the energies might be pulling in different directions, you have the ability to steer them to get to your destination and your goal. Sometimes this can mean a move or a trip. But I really feel that it represents a win, a beautiful big win, success. Whatever unfolds at the beginning of this week, go to your breath to help you develop the coping techniques and skills to emotionally process the big feelings. Have your aventurine crystal, if you have one, nearby, just to help keep you optimistic and focused on the possibilities and potential of the future. And know that, confirmation, know that by doing your practice, by doing your moon, all is coming, and it will work out. It really will. So welcome, Donna. Yay, Tammy. So Tammy, on Friday, for Full Moon Club members, noon Eastern time, we're going to do the full moon ceremony, and it will be up and available to all of those who can't be with us live in the Moon Club to watch later. If you're not in Moon Club yet, I am going to go ahead and I will post the link here. But if you have questions before I pop off, go ahead and pop them in the comments. And I'm just posting this here. And let's see, there we go. And I'll show it. Some of you who are on YouTube might be able to see it. For those in Lemonade Club, oh, I like that. Oh, why is it doing that? You know how it likes to autocorrect. Okay. I was changing my URL, the website address, to Lemonade Club. Oh, but I like that. Making, lemonade out of lemons. That would be a neat term for this week, or phrase. Okay. Have a great week. Thank you so much all of you for joining me live. If this has been helpful for you, please do share it with a friend, and make sure you like, love, subscribe, because it does help me out so much to get this message out there, to share these sacred practices and techniques so that all of us can learn the skills to move through life with more grace and ease and step into the life that you were born to live. All right. Have a great week. Mwah! Much love. I'll talk with you all soon. Bye-bye.